6:50 now, 25 degrees. Going beyond the academics at Chinook Elementary School, social and emotional development is also part of the lesson plan.
Especially in the classroom of Kris Hinrichsen, KTVA 11's Teacher of the Week.
You do not want to play with me?
Kris Hinrichsen gives all he's got.
Deep, deep, oh yeah.
He is really just a really good teacher.
But admits he can be a bit selfish.
I will say this over and over. I think I am the most selfish person in the world. Like, teaching first and second grade is remarkable.
Remarkable in that he gets to watch his students develop from one year to the next as part of the open optional program at Chinook Elementary School.
I get to see that process go from first graders to kids in second grade that are reading chapter books. And it goes from like I'm sounding words out to like I'm now reading for information on my own. It is a magical process. It is so fun.
It's a process that begins by building community. Along with spelling and math, his students spend time learning about each other and him.
He's nice, and I really like Star Wars.
I kind of have the reputation as the guy who really enjoys Star Wars.
Yeah, me too.
Whether it's Star Wars or how he proposed to his wife, Mr. Kris shares his life with his students. But this community building doesn't end in here. Mr. Kris goes out of his way to get to know them outside the classroom as well, attending their dance recitals, hockey games, and family milestones like baptisms.
I will go to stuff outside of the classroom because it's really important to the kids, and me showing interest in them just pays 100 million back as far as their involvement here and their engagement in our classroom.
Reading a classroom favorite, an elephant and Piggy Biggy, that engagement is evident.
Boink!
As Mr. Kris joins in at the request of little Zachary.
I do not have arms? Ah!
He was a snake, and I was Gerald, and Vera was Piggy.
Wait!
They simply adore him and are willing to work hard for him. Mr. Kris says it all goes back to making those connections. It's the key to his success.
The time that I spend with the kids and building those relationships is absolutely critical for the learning that happens. And so we can set really high standards and we can do really rigorous kind of learning, but that relationship is how we motivate those kids to get there. Whee!
And by the looks of it, it is most certainly working.
So after class, I presented Kris Hinrichsen with his Teacher of the Week certificate. This is his 6th year at Chinook Elementary after spending 2 years at Russian Jack. Again, he is very much a proponent of social emotional learning and believes self-awareness, self-control, social awareness, and social control and conflict resolution skills need to be taught in the classroom. So Mr. Kris is on the Anchorage School District Steering Committee for SEL, and he's one of 6 teachers in the country to sit on the National Commission for Social, Emotional, and Academic Learning, led by the Aspen Institute. So that group was created to advocate that every student in every state be taught social skills as part of their public education. And so it was a bit of it's been a bit of a tough winter for that classroom. One of their classmates, Markian Basarjan, passed away in a car crash in January. So the book that you saw them reading there, An Elephant and Piggy Biggy, so all the kids have their own bins. And after Markian passed away, one of the things in his bin was that book. So all of his things were given back to his family. So one of the other teachers in the school bought a brand new copy of that book and dedicated it to the class. So it immediately became one of their favorites. Because it was Markian's, and as you can see, just a fun read. So good thing for them, they had Mr. Kris to get them and each other through that trying time. So a great teacher, to say the least.
They're lucky to have Mr. Kris, for sure. If you know an educator you think deserves to be our next Teacher of the Week, you can head to KTVA.com under Only on 11, click Teacher of the Week, and there you can nominate a teacher you know. We feature one every Monday right here on Daybreak.